Quick disclaimer before I start. Any names, locations, and specific identities I mentioned in this video are fake. I'm doing that for privacy reasons, mine and theirs. But trust me, my experiences are very real. Anyways, I'm weird. Like, genuinely weird. Not, oh, I'm special weird. I mean, like, special needs weird. Anyone who knows me from my schooling days can testify to that. So I was scrolling online, trying to think of video ideas when I came across some past videos of some of my favorite YouTubers talking about a different kind of jobs they had before becoming YouTubers. So I thought, so let me add my stories to the archive. The archive, because there are a lot of archive talking about like one archive of things. Like archives. So the archives, like I'm referring to different types of archives.
Can you shut the fuck up?
These are the type of thoughts I have on a daily basis. Just to pay no mind to them. What you're about to hear is an overview, the wide shots. In future, I'll go deeper into stuff like my co-workers, my supervisors, the exact pay breakdown, my embarrassing moments, and workplace injuries.
Help! My leg!
And trust me, I had a surprising amount of workplace injuries. This video is just to set the stage, for future work, and also as I kind of give you a peek into who I am, what I've experienced, where I've been, all that good stuff. So, short answer, I go to my own university. I chose physical science and computer science, a doubled combined major. So yeah, anyone who knows anything about either of these courses know just how bad that single decision was. My props to me, I managed it for 2 years till I got burnt out and had to take time from school. I didn't just want to sit idly by at home, so around that time, I had this idea or a business I wanted to start, a real one that targeted a specific industry in my country, which from my previous video you already know is Ghana. That's in desperate need of development. Something that could create new jobs, bring stability, and yes, make me a whole lot of money. Which is the main goal. What? I'm not a saint, but ideas need capital, and I had none. I was broke. At the time, money was tight everywhere, so I told myself, fine, I'll earn it myself.
Calaboca.
Enter the factory. So I ended up working at a factory. Let's call it Sunrise Sanitary Industry, located in, let's say, West Ridge Industrial Zone. Yeah, that sounds right. Fake name, fake location, real suffering though. They produce sanitary wear, pads, diapers, that kind of thing. I wasn't technically a loading boy, but yeah, I was a loading boy. Job was to move pallets from production to storage. Sound easy, right? Yeah, until you hear the rest. This factory was very fucking huge. And then we went using forklifts to move this. And we're using manual pallet jacks. The kind you pull with your body. You have to use your whole body weight to pull that shit. I did that shit every day. And if it was just for like 6 or 4 hours a day, I would be fine. That would be doable. No problem. We worked 12-hour shifts. 12-hour shifts. I was 20. 12-hour shifts. The workday was divided into day shifts, then night shifts. 2 weeks day, then 2 weeks night shifts, then rotate. The day shift meant reporting by 8 a.m. Realistically, leaving home around 5 or 6 a.m. My commute sometimes took me 30 minutes to get to work from where I was staying. Sometimes an hour and a half just to get to work, an hour and a half back. So yeah, wake up early, come back late, rinse, repeat. That was how my workday looked like. Well, you arrive first and you do some light cleaning, sweeping around your place of work, which for us was the walkway, then long as fuck walkway from production to the storage unit. So we had to make sure that place was clean. So you come do the cleaning. It wasn't part of the job description, but if you didn't do it, there would be problems. So you just had to take one for the team and do it. There were about 16 to 18 machines active in my sector alone. Some producing up to 700 pieces of their respective products per minute. I know this because they had this LED screen displaying the amount of pieces per product being produced per minute. We don't move the pallets one by one. What made the job somewhat tedious is we went by the machine, so immediately they are done producing the pallets, we can take it to the warehouse. No. We had to wait until they got the head start on us. We wait for a machine to have at least 5 pallets, then 5 people out of the workers for my sector would enter inside the factory to that specific machine, take those 5 pallets and bring them outside. So what they did is they'd give the machines a head start so that by the time we are ready to pick, each machine has about 5 pallets ready to be picked already. So by the time you go and pick all the pallets from all the machines, new machines have already produced 5 pallets and they are waiting waiting for you, and it's just a cycle like that for the whole entire day.
Nah, that's not enough.
And we had to do this all by hand, all day across that big ass factory. And most of you will be like, that's still too easy. But here's the fun part. The factory was built on a hill. The person who designed and then chose the location for this factory literally has to be put in jail. He placed, think of this. If you're producing a factory on a hill and you know you'll be taking things from production to the storage, where would you put production and where would you put storage? Of course, you would place production on top of the hill and place storage below the hill. But no. These people, these
nuts.
puts the storage on top of a hill. The factory was built on a hill. I'm not sure whether I already mentioned that. The production at the bottom, storage at the top. And we're pulling heavy pallets uphill manually for hours. Whoever designs this saves jail time. I'm just saying, I prefer picking cotton to be doing this BS. Like, no joke, this shit literally felt like modern day slavery. I hate my co-workers because as much as I complain about how hard the work was, it should have been easier because we are supposed to be 14 people on my team doing that for our sector. We're supposed to be 14 people. But tell me why. Whenever you come, you would be lucky to get 10 or 11 people. Most of the days were 8. And you're not understanding why this is like so pressing. With manual labor like this, one person missing doesn't just slightly affect the work. It heavily affects the work. You feel it, especially in your spine. But still, what other options do we have? We work. We need the money. I forgot to tell you the work dynamic. I'm not sure that I mentioned it before. I'm recording this in one go without the script, so be a little bit sympathetic with me. I'm just saying everything from the head. So let me just give a good day. In a good day, we are 10, like a very good day. 11 people have come. They will divide us into 3 different groups for the manual labor. This is how it will go. 5 people, that's consistent. No matter how many we are, 5 people will always go inside. Let's call this group 1. So they will go inside and they are the people that take the 5 pallets at a time from each individual machine and pull it outside. For them, depending on the pallets that are being produced, their work could be easy, it could be hard. If that day the pallets they are producing are of products that are particularly heavy, then their work is going to be hard. No, in fact, scratch that, their work was always hard because the thing is, when you are inside, like there's no time to rest. You can't be slow inside because the machines are constantly producing pallets and the pallets are constantly stacking up. They're not going to slow down because you're tired. Yet they also have a quota to meet at the end of the day. So they are working fast. You also have to be running through the factory. When you're inside, unless they stop the machines or you guys are literally running through the factory at full speed, you will never get ahead of production. So just forget that this and that you would have said, oh, you guys are going to work hard. Nah, it's impossible. You can't get ahead of production. And then the 6 people still outside. So 4 of those people will be outside. And those people at the pole that will brave the hill. They are going to take the pallets from right outside of production to the gates of the storage unit, and then the rest of the 2 people are in charge of packing it into the storage unit. See, the rest of the 2 groups, they can take periodic rest, be slow, and then if the pallets pack up, the 5 people that have gone inside, after the machines stop, they will come outside and still help the people who are carrying the pallets from outside production to outside of storage. They'll still help them carry those pallets from there to the storage. Now all the 9 of them will help the 2 people that were on top, group 3. The border are supposed to be packing the pallets that are outside storage into the storage units. Yeah, all the people who have done their individual jobs will now come and help the 3rd group, and the whole cycle will repeat itself. And believe it or not, the inside was always hell, as I've already said. You can't slow down whilst you're inside, because immediately 5 pallets are ready, you need to move it because more are on the way. It's always constant production. And you might be asking yourself if there are options to be in an easier line of work at the company, like being part of the group 2 or the group 3 people. Why the hell will I go and choose group 1? Why the hell would any same person choose group 1? Well, see, originally they said they were going to rotate the people, to be fair, because we are all equally valued according to them. They didn't do any of that. See, I can't speak any of the local languages of my country. So guess who got the hardest work most of the time? Yeah, it was me. Let's go to the pay. Now, let's talk about the pay. See, we didn't have a fixed salary that they pay us. We're paid based on the amount of pallets we're moved. Okay, see, this is how we're paid. Originally, we're supposed to be paid 1 cedi 80 pesos per pallet. Then they cut it to its final rate of, currently, you are paying them 1 cedi 20 pesos per pallet. I say currently because I left when they tried cutting it the second time. I had to leave that place. On a good day, the factory produced about 400 pallets. So let me just say, bad days, they could get 320, 350. So let's just say 350. On average, the company will produce 350 pallets. Then the money is split among 11 to 12 boys. You would make around 50 cedis, sometimes 60 cedis. Rarely you will make 70 cedis and above. That's roughly around $3-4 their side. For 12 hours of manual labor uphill. Bruh, I literally spoke to some few people and found out street vendors make more money than us. I work in a factory and I make less money than street vendors. People love saying jobs are supposed to be hard. They are not supposed to be that hard. We had electric pallet jacks, the ones you can ride on. About 10 of them, we never used them. Why? Why weren't we using these clearly game-changing pieces of equipment that the company already had in their possession, by the way? Well, those were broken and they took them for repairs. You would think by them volunteering to repair the machines, like they care about us, right? But I thought I hate you. I was there for 4 months, looking at the electric pallets, sitting down and gathering dust for 4 good months. But hey, they eventually repaired it. So you feel vindicated. You feel like you're justified now, right? Yeah, I'm disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in you. See, to pay for the repairs, guess what they did? Guess what the possibly billion-dollar company decided to do? They slashed our pay from what was originally 1 cedi 80 pesos per pallet to 1 cedi 50 pesos per pallet. Oh, but that would be fine. It wouldn't be. I didn't see those machines until I was about to quit, and they lasted for a grand total of 1 month before they spoiled again. And guess what? Again, the possibly billion-dollar company did. They tried to slash our pay from 1 cedi 50 pesos to 1 cedi 20 pesos per pallet. So at that point, I left because I felt like they were trying to kill me. And honestly, there are much easier ways to do that myself. So, and I can hear you already thinking to yourself, oh, but PK, where was the labor union to fight for our rights? Our rights. Rights. Bruh, I'm telling you, we're slaves. We literally weren't even classified as staff. We're temporary workers, aka slaves. And any company you see calling people temporary workers, not temporary staff, temporary workers, the people are slaves. No union, no job security, no health insurance. Like, if you got injured and you didn't have health insurance, which in itself was us, but at least it got something, then honestly, good luck, you are screwed. As I arrived at the company, I was told that this guy that left a couple of months before I arrived, that lost his arm to one of the machines. As he lost his arm, the company was checking up on him, took him to the hospital, the sensible thing they are supposed to do. After 2 days of acting like they gave a fuck, nuts and silence, because he wasn't a permanent staff, he was a temporary worker like us, aka slaves. You let that sink in for a minute.
I got you.
What did I just tell you?
And the food, my boy, the food. Your boy would have starved. Because honestly, they weren't paying as much for me to be able to feed myself and then get a stable footing on my own, I said I had a business idea. Yeah, I was working towards that. But honestly, I would have killed myself if I got to that point. I was literally starving. All I ate at work was snack. In a highly labor-focused work environment, I couldn't afford food and I was eating snacks. 12-hour day shift, 6 days a week. Sometimes 7 days a week, I was eating snacks at work. Please just let that sink in. And let's say in a month, there are 31 days. I'll be working 27 to 28 of those days in a month. And I did it on snacks. I was basically working on fumes. Why am I saying this? See, from how I'm speaking, you might be thinking I'm trying to say my life is the hardest. Oh, fuck that. I know my life hasn't been hard. I know my life isn't the hardest. I know very well there are people that are having way harder lives than me. I know that, but still, I can't help but feel bad about where I am. You see, I know this is not where I'm supposed to be yet. I'm not where I'm supposed to be yet. So I'm trying everything in my power to be where I want to be. Fun fact, I tried and failed YouTube for 32 times before this, and this have a feeling is going to be my success story. I tried music, I tried gaming, I tried stories. The stories I wrote, I have about 23 stories I wrote. I tried AI content, I tried making my stories into manga, I tried everything. And from all that, I realized whether this works out or not honestly depends on me. I don't want to sound insensitive, but don't put your mental, physical, psychological well-being on the line for a job. Like literally, halfway during my time, my phone decided it would be absolutely hilarious to die on me out of nowhere, permanently. Not like the battery died, like the phone was fucked. And at the time, I didn't have money to go and get a new phone. Like, I was legit having conversations with myself in the second person. If my words are anything or my experience are anything to speak of, I'm just going to say, even if you're not going to leave your job, if you're not going to leave the comfort of where you are right now, it won't hurt to dream, right? Just don't put yourself in a prison of this where I am, I have to stay here. Allow your mind to dream, to wonder, like, of all the things you could be doing and should be doing and will be doing in the future. Take risk sometimes, apply to other jobs, check around to see if there's something better. So yeah, I guess that's it. Did you guys learn anything? Yeah, me neither. Just like it was intended. So if you want to support me, I don't need you to send me any money, even though if you do send me some money, I'm going to be appreciative and I would love you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I don't need your money. I just need you to like, subscribe, share. That alone helps me. All right, I'm going to take this time and go and cook up some more good shit for you guys. So I'm going to catch y'all later. All right, outro.